Hi everybody, it's me, Goth Girl Punk here. I know I talk a little controversial about stuff, and that's because of what I believe in. But I've watched YouTubers, I've watched people that, you know, on Facebook that go live, and one of the biggest things I see with issues now is people bashing on people that are different, such as transgender, gays, and all that kind of people. Like people are bashing, oh, because you're black, or oh, because you're white, or don't bash on anybody until you get to know them. For example, if you do not understand a trans person, I am not trans. I have had 3 kids, unfortunately, through a C-section, all female, unfortunately, and I hate it, just because of my thyroid problem. Um, if you don't understand a trans person, talk to them, get to know them. Don't judge them. Don't say, hey, this is this or that or that. Because if you don't talk to them, you don't understand. And that's with anybody. If you don't understand somebody and don't want to get to know them, you will still be lost, confused, and dazed. So, if you want to know about transgender person, talk to Buck Angel. That's all I have to say. Talk to Buck Angel. He goes live. He explains stuff on Facebook and YouTube. He goes live around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. And he'll talk about stuff. If you ask him, if you make fun of him, he won't. You know, Buck Angel is a female to male transgender person, or transsexual person, whatever he likes to be called, which means that he was a female, became a male. He also does, excuse me, he used to do porn. And he talks about, women's, men's health, about transgenders. He's very open-minded, very open-hearted person. And if you can't understand somebody else's views or somebody else's, that means you're not open-hearted and open-minded. And with society, that's bad. That's what makes war happen, and all this. Like, the reason why war happens is because people have different beliefs and don't understand the different beliefs. And that is a bad thing, because everybody has their own beliefs, everybody is their own person. But do not knock somebody for being who they are, who they want to be, or what they wear, or anything, their disabilities and stuff. Like, for example, my aunt was gay. I didn't knock her. I picked up on it before anybody, before my cousins did. Um, I have a family friend that's deaf. A few, actually. Between my aunt's ex-girlfriend's girlfriend, if that makes any sense. My aunt had a girlfriend, but they stayed friends after they broke up. And her name was Holly, and Holly had a girlfriend that was deaf. So she was teaching me like stuff like that. So I could say apple, but I also know that the good thing about me is because I talk with my mouth. Like, I'm not talking like this so you can't understand me, so if you're deaf you wouldn't understand. But I talk with my mouth. Just because of my tongue ring as well. Because you have to, like, pronunciate and stuff like that. But if you make fun of somebody, talking like that, or if you make fun of somebody that can't see, and be like, oh, explain to me what you're seeing. Well, I see a big moon. Okay, moon, round object. We know the moon's a round object. Clouds, wavy objects. Color red. Red is hot. So we know color yellow is just bright. Like stuff like that. If you make fun of them, then you don't understand them. If you make fun of anybody, you don't understand them. And I know, like, back in the day, kids made fun of each other, picked on each other because they liked each other. But, I mean, as an adult, do not do that because that's very insensitive of you and to other people or other cultures or other whatever you're talking about or picking on them for. You have to live with an open heart, open mind to have a good life. I know a lot of people think I'm retarded. I get made fun of, oh, you're retarded, aren't you? No, I have a learning disability and I have a thyroid problem. But don't make fun of me until you get to know me because I am the sweetest person alive. I am the one that always will have your back no matter what you do. And you know what? I never go, hey, you know what? You made fun of me, now I can make fun of you. No. Like, it's like making fun of somebody is like saying, making fun of them, but it could be just saying queer or just saying faggot or fag or nigger or and that's just not nice for anybody to do to somebody because everybody is an equal, whether you're black, white, German, Hispanic. Like, I want to be like, even when black people say it to each other, I want to be like, damn, I don't even go around saying, hey, cracker, how you doing to people. I think that some people need to be more sensitive about some subjects and understand or learn about some subjects. Like, people think there's only two genders in this world. Male, female. XX or XY. Which, there's more than XX, XY. And there's been how do you say that? Instance. There's been occasions where babies were born with a penis and a vagina. And there was a story I read that baby was born with both. They saw that they had a male DNA in it, so they chose it was a male. And then later on, this kid that was a boy, all through until teenage years, grown as a boy, raised as a boy, was bleeding out of his penis. What happened was he was menstruating because he had a uterus and fallopian tubes and stuff like that. So then they had to reverse what they did when he was a baby and make him female. So it's all about DNA. It's not a mental issue. Nothing is like a mental issue is depression, sort of, because DNA and genes have that played in almost everything that happens in your life, mentally, physically, emotionally. It's like a DNA thing. It's like, did we put this? Like, if you actually look in, like people that have like bipolar depression, their kids have bipolar depression. It's just DNA and the compounds of what's in you that makes you you. So most of the people that quote unquote what normal people say transgender, it's more of a DNA thing. Like, there's been studies proven that people that are transgender have like an extra chromosome or two, or is lacking a chromosome or two. Which is understandable. And you know what? Like, hell, if your daughter is a tomboy, that'd be like, oh, she's a tomboy, that's it. She's still a girl, yeah. And then comes out, Mom, I think I'm a boy. And starts learning about transgender and be like, that's who I'm supposed to be. That's what I'm supposed to be. Him. I'm supposed to be that kid, not this kid. You gotta learn that there's a lot of difference in transgender and tomboy. Tomboy is like girls that are like me, where we like makeup, but we also like working on cars. We like boys. Oh, I like girls too, so boys, like, they are like, transgender is more like, I'm a boy, I'm supposed to look like a boy, I hate my boobs, I hate my crotch, why the hell do I have to be like this? Why am I like this? Why am I having to be in feminine clothing? Why do I have to do my hair? Why can't I have short hair? Why can't and it's not that they're really choosing to be like that. It's how their DNA is processed in them to make them be that way. It's like, you could give a girl a Barbie doll, but you can't make her play with it. You could give a boy a G.I. Joe, but you can't make him play with it. It's whether if little Susie and little Tommy want to play with each other's toys, it's fine. If a little Susie wants to play just with boy toys, it's fine. If little Tommy wants to play with just girl toys, it's fine. Let your kids be who they want to be, because if you don't, if you don't let your kids grow and flourish into who they need to be, who they want to be, who they feel like they should be, they are going to be 110% depressed, suicidal, and then you're going to have to be going to the hospital wondering why my baby is dead, why my baby is in a casket. And that's with anybody that's not happy with themselves. And as a 29-year-old adult that was in the hospital for depression when a teenager, that is a kid's most critical time. If from middle school to teenage years, that's when your kids are growing, flourishing, becoming young adults. And that's when they need to feel accepted the most or understood the most from parents. And I was in for depression because my mom's cancer came back, because I felt like I was losing my best friend. But that's me. But I've seen people where they were in the hospital for being gay because somebody made fun of them or the parents didn't accept them, or feeling like they're transgender and not being allowed to be transgender. It's just, in our today's society, we need to focus on accepting your kids, accepting each other, accepting religion, because the biggest mistake you can make as a parent is not accepting your kids for who they are. Because one day, those kids could be dead. Whether it's self-harm, whether it's they OD'd, suicide, got in a car crash, or before you die. Like, you don't want your son or daughter or your transgender kid to remember the time that you would allow them to be who they are. And guess what? Where you'll end up if you're sick and die? In a nursing home. Without them visiting you. Because of what you did. So, life is, you have to live life, love, and survive. And what I say, I've said this a bunch of times. Yeah. And I know it's like you have to live, laugh, and love to be who you are, but you also have to push yourself to be where you want to be. And I used to say this to my mom: never give up, never surrender. Because my mom was dealing with cancer. Never give up, never surrender. Never give up, never surrender. Because if you give up and if you surrender to the norm or to what everybody else wants to do or to cancer, it will make you depressed. It will change how you see things. So, just remember, live, laugh, love, never give up, and never surrender. I'll talk more. If anybody has any questions, feel free to comment down below. I will link Buck Angel's YouTube down below, and Buck Angel, love you, hon. I think you're the coolest guy I know out there that's willing to stand up to in what you believe in. Even though you're older than me, you're still kind of cool with the kids or younger generation. Just because you are who you are. So, live, laugh, love, and never give up and never surrender. Alright, if you're not already, subscribe. That's all I'm asking. You can click the bell icon. I don't care. And comment below, please. Comment below. You could comment, I love you, Buck. Comment below. Alright, have a nice day.